Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be presenting you Boyfriend ASMR, a different type of online dating. Presented by me, an expert in Boyfriend ASMR, a proclaimed expert. Only proclaimed. And I would say that I have lots of experience within the Boyfriend ASMR realm. I need to give a disclaimer. We are not going into the more fantastical elements of Boyfriend ASMR. Now, there are lots of vampire ASMR, werewolf ASMR, mating ASMR. We are not going to be talking about those today because I am not a furry and I am trying to beat the furry allegations. You hear that, my friends? I am not a furry. So we need to start off with the basics. What is Boyfriend ASMR? I'm sure that you have heard many things. It probably has a stigma around its name, Boyfriend ASMR. You think, oh, that's for losers. And you may be right. You may be correct on that. but let me try and change your perception a bit. Make you understand the appeal of Boyfriend ASMR. So let's divide the terms and let's define what ASMR is at first. So if you don't know what ASMR is, it is autonomous sensory meridian sound. So I'm sure you've come across sleep ASMR, food ASMR, but this is a different type of ASMR. This is a speaking ASMR. Specifically, you're listening to an individual, your boyfriend per se. Now let's try and define the term boyfriend. What is a boyfriend? To this day, I don't even know. Maybe because the only boyfriend I ever had was a 2-month-long relationship in sophomore year and he played League of Legends. So does that really count as a boyfriend? No offense to my ex if you're watching this video. Hey, you're still a loser for playing League. In my 18 years of living, I still don't know fully what it means. And you know what? I don't think a lot of people know what it means. Because I've seen the crusty ass men that my friends have dated before, and I don't think that that's a real man right there. So what happens when you put ASMR and boyfriend together? You get addiction. That's what you get. It's an addiction that I've been struggling for the past couple of months with and that my friends have been having to deal with the symptoms of. It's almost as bad as having an actual boyfriend, except like they don't actually do shitty things to you. But anyways, what other ways can you describe boyfriend ASMR? A curated romantic interaction without actually having to deal with the male species. If you're someone who wants a boyfriend, you would never actually want to have to deal with boys because they're boys. Now, could I be the only person that listens to Boyfriend ASMR in the entire world? I am not. And you know why? Because I have gotten my friends into Boyfriend ASMR. During our hangouts, I have said, hey, do you guys want to listen to my Boyfriend ASMR? And even if they say no, I force them to listen to it. And they get hooked. They do. And so I am not the only one. And this is proven through Patreon, which I am subscribed to a certain ASMR's Patreon, which we'll get into later, okay? Here are some examples. Nerdy Guy audios are the best. I think this turned me bi. I almost fell off the treadmill when I listened to that. Phew, that was hot. These are just some examples, and these are tame. These are tame examples because I'm not trying to get demonetized. So now we're gonna talk about some terms that you guys will need to understand before we get into describing the ASMRs. So we've got M4F. Now this essentially is just talking about gendered terms because sometimes the ASMRs will use pronouns. They'll be like, oh, she, they'll be like him. So M for F just means male speaking. The male speaker is speaking to a woman or a female and using feminine pronouns, and then it's male on male, and then it's male and A, which A stands for androgynous, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like, it makes sense. A is just for non-binary individuals. So next, we have SFW and NSFW. So if you've been living under a rock, then you will not know what NSFW means. But NSFW essentially means not safe for work, and SFW means safe for work. So it just basically means something you could show your parents and something you hide from your parents. So these are my next two terms. I like to call it free to play. So it's essentially a reference to video games because I'm a gamer girl. Don't quote me on that. And so free to play essentially just means that they have videos on YouTube that you can watch for yourself. And then the P just means Patreon. Now we can get into the table of boyfriends. So these are the 6 ASMR boyfriends that I will be discussing with you guys today. Orange's ASMR is free to play. He does not have a Patreon. I think he should, because I would totally support him. He's my first boyfriend ASMRist, and he's the reason I got into boyfriend ASMR. So, like, thanks, Oranges, because this addiction started because of you. Now, Oranges ASMR, as you can see in the details below, he is what you consider the soft first boyfriend that you would ever have. Now, low-key giving me flashbacks to my first boyfriend, except Oranges ASMR would never be a League player. Just saying. Oranges does a lot of more submissive audios, and I would say he's actually a true ASMRist. He does a lot more like whispering voices. So if you want a soft, cuddly boyfriend with making out noises and kissing noises every now and then, I would suggest Orange's ASMR for you. So these are some of his videos. Now, he usually uses anime backgrounds in his videos, and that's also what I think would appeal to the more anime audience if you're a shoujo girl and you're looking for one of those boyfriends. So let's just read out some of the titles. Tsundere boyfriend wants to sleep with you. Now, this is not sexual, by the way, because Oranges is safe for work. Trapped in a storage closet with your crush. That one was really fun. That was actually a really funny one. Needy boyfriend kisses you to sleep. I really like his sleep aid ones. They're very relaxing for me. And late night cuddles with your husband. He also does husband audios as well, which I think is because he is 100% husband material. Now, on to the next one. You have Norah ASMR. Norah ASMR is a true voice actor. He is into it. Like, when I discovered Norah, well, I actually didn't discover him. My friend discovered him and introduced me to him. I was shocked at the quality of his content, the microphone, just his voice in general, genuinely the background noises as well, because it was a full cinematic moment. Like the way that you were immersed into the setting. He mostly does safer work. He does have a Patreon, which I have not checked out recently, but I did look at it for the purposes of this video, and I don't think he has NSFW, but like, real for that. Good for you. But some of it is like innuendo. Like, there are some like semi-spicy audios that he has. Like, I was showing it to a friend one time. You should get people's consent before you make them listen to boyfriend ASMR, because it can be a traumatizing experience, guys. She didn't really want to listen to it, but I was kind of pushing her to, because I wanted to fall asleep to Norah ASMR. And so we were listening to Norah ASMR, and he essentially was just like complimenting you, and she was like, how is this not sexual? Because his voice is just very seductive. But I swear, like, it may sound super sexual, but if you listen to the words that he's saying, it's not super, like, it is safe for work in my opinion. But like, definitely not something that I would want to show people at my workplace. This is very unfortunate to say. I'm so sorry, Norah, but I have heard from several sources that he sounds like a gay man. There's nothing wrong with sounding like a gay man, but the way in which people described him, it was like a derogatory term, like used toward, like, oh, he sounds like a gay man. I disagree. It is not, one, not a bad thing to sound like a gay man, and two, I don't even think he sounds like a gay man. These are some of the audios that he does. Now, Norah ASMR really goes into the fantastical element of his ASMRs. You really get into the roleplay aspect of it. He has one of these that's like, two princes fight over you, like in a battle, and it's like, that was super intense for me. Next up, we have who I mentioned before. This is actually, his name is Boyfriend Audio. I really like his aftercare audio. So he's Canadian, I'm pretty sure, and you can hear it. You can hear the accent. Like, when he'll say sorry, he'll like say it in a Canadian accent, and I think it's so adorable. He actually has a lot of getting into an argument with your boyfriend and then making up. And maybe that's just what the audience wants, but it's a little bit of toxicity, if I'm gonna be so for real. These are some examples of what he does. These are like some like, baby, are you still angry? I don't want you to leave tonight. I want you back. You're my guilty pleasure. Things like that. So that's kind of the vibes of what's going on with Boyfriend Audio. Now we have Fuzzy ASMR. So we're getting into a bit of the spicier side of things. These last three are a bit spicier. The last two especially very spicy. Now, Fuzzy ASMR, I would say, is really good with his toxic boyfriend, jealous, possessive ASMRs. I really like him for that. Does that say anything about me that I really like his yandere boyfriend ASMRs? I think there's one where he kidnaps you and like locks you in his house, and I really like that one. I'm okay, guys. Don't worry about me. He is very gamer boyfriend, so I would recommend Fuzzy ASMR for the individuals who are very much like into anime and like gaming and stuff. We have some of his photos. So this is like sleeping on your gamer boyfriend's lap. I can't stop kissing you. Like, he actually has a lot of making out noises. So if that's not something you're into, then I would not recommend him for you. But if you like making out noises for your boyfriend ASMRs, then 100% you should go to Fuzzy ASMR. Okay, so this is a mistake, guys. It's not supposed to be like this. Intermission. So JRK Audio, he is spicy. So spicy. I wouldn't even say he's safe for work. There's just so much innuendo that it's like, oh my god, I am looking like a tomato right now. I cannot have anyone catch me listening to this. He only really does M for M. I haven't come across that many queer like ASMRs, but I think it's really funny because I'll show you in a bit, but he uses like BL like manga and manhwa covers for his photos, and so like because I read a lot of BL, I know what they look like. So I would also say low-key kind of toxic with his angry boyfriend audios, the straight roommate who you kind of turn gay. So that's a bit questionable in my opinion, but I just kind of go with it, you know. When I say that this shit is spicy, look at these. Look at this craziness right here. I don't even know how he's not getting like demonetized for this shit. I don't even know if I can read this out loud to you guys. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if like I should be loving it or I should be hating it or if I should be like reporting it, you know? That's kind of where I am. So guys, next who I'm going to show you is the love of my life. His name is Deep Dark Audio DGA. Now I am subscribed to Deep Dark Audio's Patreon. I pay $5 a month for this man, and that is the best $5 I have ever spent in my entire life. Oh my god, I'm like hyperventilating thinking about him. He is like Norah ASMR, but he has a deeper voice, which I feel like appeals more to the female gaze in a sense, if you're looking for like a more dominant boyfriend. But his submissive audios are actually really good. He has a very diverse range in his audios. Now, let's get into a little bit of description over here. I really like his pregnancy audios. Now hold on a minute. There's just something about him that appeals to my primal instinct as a woman with a womb that like it's like, oh, I need to get pregnant, like I'm getting pregnant, this audio is making me get pregnant. He has a lot of teacher roleplay if you're into that. I'm not super into the teacher roleplay ones, but they're really saucy. They are so spicy, and I can tell that the other Patreon users are super into that. His Patreon, you can like sign up for a subscription that's up to $500 a month, and I am low-key like, I'm not considering it because I don't have that type of money, okay? I don't have that grown-up money, but like if I had more money, I would be paying for a higher tier in his subscription, and I'm honestly thinking of going to like $10 a month for him, just so that I can get access to exclusive content. Because if you pay $500 a month, you get access to so many things. He'll like give you a special audio thank you and thank you at the end of his videos. And he said that if you do this, he will print out a picture of you, and he will draw little hearts around it, and he will carry it in his wallet. And that's what I want. I want him to do that for me. Yes, it's just a sort of parasocial relationship with an ASMRist. Yes, I agree. But I'm handling it, okay, guys? My friends, they are trying to keep the Delulu out of me because sometimes Delulu is not the Solulu, okay? Here are his audio. This is one of his toxic ones, the You Love Me Liar one. Okay, I know I've been saying I really like the toxic ones sometimes, but like there's nothing wrong with me, guys. I swear, it's just like entertainment purposes, okay? And he has like 2 safe for work audios that are actually like fully safe for work. I've listened to those like 5 times each. They're wonderful. One is a sleep aid one, and the other one is he talks to you in the car about like a telescope or something, and he's just being a real nerd about it, and I think it's so adorable. And yes, the parasocial relationship is really hitting with us. Okay guys, so my mic cut out on the last couple of seconds for my outro. But essentially, what was the point of this video? The point of this video is to show you that I'm not weird.